Welcome back into the studio. What a treat we have for us today. AK is in the building all the way from Jersey. It's good to see you. Welcome. I did not know that you were a yo-yo aficionado until I recently saw your tweet. Who is Thad, and how did you not just throw your yo-yo at him?
Thad, yeah, Thad's a homie. He's the guy who does all my music videos, Thaddeus Swift and Jacob Clark. Me and him, we've been working since my song Like I Got It. That's the first video he did. And the yo-yo thing, we were at his house and we were all just kicking it, and he's like, we were playing with the kendama.
Okay.
And he was like, oh, like, you think you could yo-yo? And I was like, oh, I got a little tricks in me. I got a couple tricks in me. And he's like, oh,
right.
All right. I was like, I bet I'm better than you. And then he got like real defensive. He was like, all right, I bet I'll get my yo-yos. So he brings down like a case of like 15 different yo-yos that all do different things. And I was like, yeah, like I got it. And he was like messing around watching me. And then he was like, watch this. And then he took out this yo-yo that it's not even connected to the yo-yo. It's like the string is like loose. And he was like throwing the yo-yo in there and then catching it back on the string and shit. Yeah.
He was basically, for those of you guys who haven't seen the Twitter video yet, I'm going to throw that up here for you right now. Look at what this guy is doing. It was almost like origami with a string.
Yeah.
Like,
can't explain it. He was just killing it. I was just like, yo, fuck you, bro.
But the production that comes with your music videos now is like, blows my mind. When I was taking a look at getting prepared for this interview here, to see how far things have come from the microphone with the YouTube count in the background going on to where you are now standing on top of buildings and everything. Yeah. Can you talk to me about just your thoughts on how far everything has come from those first YouTube videos to where they are right now?
Honestly, it's kind of like still a process for me to like understand, because it's wild. Like that was being in my bedroom, like that wasn't too long ago. So like now having Thad on board, like helping us out with videos every time we have a new song, like I'll hit him up and be like, yo, I got like an idea, you got any ideas? Like let's bounce off ideas. So having that person there also to like help bring what I see in my head to life is like crazy, especially from transitioning from being in my bedroom.
The new single, Top of the World, is available right now. Be sure to go check that out. Down in the link in the description below. Click that. Go watch the whole thing. It's truly an amazing piece of art, not only from the music point, but from the production standpoint of it and the storytelling of it as well. Was that the idea that you originally had for it when you started thinking of a music video? Or what was your initial concept of what a music video might look like for that track?
For Top of the World?
Yes.
Honestly, me and my manager Brian, we were like, what would represent like the feeling of being on top of the world? And we just came up with the idea of like doing it on a rooftop. And the idea of it being at nighttime kind of came like towards the end. Like we just knew we wanted to be on a rooftop, like in LA. Like that was the idea. So we hit up that, and then we ended up finding the location and being able to book it for nighttime. And we were like, wow, that's probably even sicker. So we made sure we had all the right lighting and stuff to make it as quality as possible.
So originally from New Jersey, I'm originally from Ohio. I know when I moved out here, I didn't realize how cold Los Angeles nights get. Was that a cold night for you? I mean,
it was, yeah. But luckily on the rooftop, there was like obviously like a door to get into the building that we were on. But yeah, like in between takes, like I'd run downstairs and like warm up a little bit. Everybody was cold, but we made it happen.
Wherever you are in the country right now, when you make it to Los Angeles, it's kind of a desert climate. So when it's in the afternoon and it's hot, it gets really hot. But then in the evening, you could have a 50-degree difference between mid-afternoon to middle of the night. So when you're out here in the middle of the night in Los Angeles, it could be 40 degrees even if it was 80 in the afternoon.
Yeah, for sure. There's times where I'll leave the house, I'll be like, oh, should I bring the hoodie? Like, should I bring a hoodie to my session? And then I'm like, nah, forget it. I'll leave. It's hot, so I'm like chilling, and then I leave my session and I'm freezing on the way home. So, yeah, I never know.
Other than those cold nights, what sort of will stand out to you about that shoot? When you look back on it, the memories of the evening and the shoot, what'll stand out to you?
Easily standing on top of that platform, on top of the roof. I like climbed a ladder. I think it was like 15 feet up, and like the platform wasn't that wide. And like I had to stand long ways on it, looking down at the camera.
Right.
And that was scary, especially with the spotlight that they had like moving. Like it was like real bright for a second, and like I was just trying to make sure I did not fall, but we got the shot. that will definitely stand out to me the most.
That's the important thing.
Yeah, we got the shot.
All right, so let's take it back because 2016, you dropped Panda on YouTube, correct?
Yeah.
What was going through your mind at that point? Did you think that this could be something that was gonna blow up the way it did? And when it started getting that sort of following, what was the thought from people that you were going to school with?
At the time, so I put the video out the summer going into my senior year of high school, and I didn't really think much of it. I put it up and I let it sit there, and I forgot about it, to be honest, because I was heavily on SoundCloud. Like, I was pushing my SoundCloud more than anything else, and that was the first video I put on my channel. So it was different to like put myself in front of the camera and like do it in my bedroom, like recording all that. So I put it up, let it sit, and then it wasn't until November of that senior year where it started catching, and I was just like, oh shit, like this is it, like it's happening, like I gotta like stay on top of this. And at school it was weird, because especially like more towards, I think around like April, May of my senior year is like when like I had like 7 videos out at that point, and like they were all doing pretty well. So at that point is when like the freshmen and stuff would like take pictures while I'm like just walking to class and stuff like that. It was goofy, but I always made sure to like show love, because you know.
And I mean, when we talk about schooling and getting all the way through senior year, you've been very open about the fact that school wasn't a very pleasant time for you for the most part. Can you take me back to high school, and what were some of the struggles that you went through in schooling in general?
Honestly, high school wasn't where I went through it the most. Elementary school, I went through it. Like, a lot of my teachers in elementary school weren't really that nice. And I mean, a lot of kids would like say like, oh, my teacher wasn't nice to me. But like, I don't know, like I would go through phases in school where like I just couldn't focus. And I had ADHD, I still have it. And it was very hard, I guess, for teachers to like, the teachers that I had specifically, to like work with me on that. And like, I had teachers tell me like, oh, like I wish like I didn't have you in my class, like straight up, to, like when I was in like 3rd grade.
It's difficult to hear
Yeah,
as a kid.
and like I didn't really get it, because like I was like, you're an adult first off, but you're also like my teacher, so like you're supposed to teach me things, and you're telling me you wish I wasn't even here. Like it just kind of I feel like that happening so early threw me off for like the rest of my schooling. So like I always had like a different mindset of like what a teacher is, you know, coming up. So that kind of just made me not even want to be involved, because if they didn't want to be involved, why the hell am I going to want to learn something from somebody who doesn't want to teach me, you know?
Right.
So that was kind of my mindset, and I just knew once I found music and I had my own thing that nobody could tell me anything about, like that's me, that's why I hold on to it so much, you know?
I was going to ask, is music how you got through those times, and what advice do you have for people that may be going through similar things in school right now that are watching this? A lot of our viewers on TikTok are at that younger age. You know, what advice do you have for them?
Well, I feel like you got to just do what you have to do. And with music came later on from that. So like I didn't really have anything to help me like cope through that. It was more so of just like talking with my mom and like just like little things like that would get me through to that point. But once I got to high school and I found music, that was where I was like, this is it for me now. Like I found it, you know? So I just took advantage and kept doing it.
That's a very cool thing. And when you get to be involved in something and succeed in something that you're so passionate about like that, it probably just makes it that much more gratifying when after everything you've been through, you're able to get to a point where something like On Me starts to drop. Talk to me about the most recent EP that you just have coming out here early 2020. Yep. And just having a piece of work all together like that you can say, this is me, this is my piece of work, this is a snapshot of my life right now.
Yeah, it feels great. I'm very excited for people to hear it. We put a lot of time, effort, money. It was a lot of things to help make that become what it is, and I am so excited for people to be able to finally see every video, because we shot music videos for every single song on it, so I'm hoping to give the fans nice package of content, you know?
Yeah, and this is like the first time that you've had like this level of quality of music videos, all for, you know, this many tracks. What's the feeling like now as you just wait for the music video to drop? It's been like, you know,
anxious,
the
bro.
time goes
I can't
by.
wait. I can't wait. Because like obviously this whole time that we're waiting to release it, I'm still working on new music. So like I'm always creating, so there's always new music coming, but like we're backed up because we have music that we're dropping now that I did earlier. And now once all of that comes out, I have even more to put out. So like I'm just excited because there's a lot that I'm doing and I'm putting a lot of work into eventually let us see the world, you know?
The new track, Top of the World, is out right now. Go ahead and check it out, linked in the bio below. However, Closed Off came out a couple of months ago now, just past the 1 million view mark.
Crazy.
The support that you have on YouTube is seriously some of that elite support. Like, there's not a lot of people that get to that 1 million follower mark. There's not a lot of people that get the type of viral videos that have tens of millions of views the way that you have. What can you say to the people that support you on YouTube and have been with you for the past couple of years now?
I literally, there's no words to like describe how like grateful I am for it. It's just crazy to see how all the work that I do like in the dark, when it finally sees the light, people see that and like gravitate towards it and hold on to it. And the fact like seeing comments of like I feel that, like you helped me get through this and like I relate to you, that feeling is just crazy. And then once we get to the shows and I start doing shows, that's when I get to finally like see them face to face and not just like read the comments through a screen. And that's like my absolute all-time favorite part of what I do, for sure.
And you guys can check all that out. Make sure to check out all of his links in the description below. And we're about, it's been 4 years since the Panda video has dropped. Almost completely 4 years.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to do a little cool thing with me for Panda real quick?
Let's get it. What do you want me to do?
We'll do that here. Guys, check out this video right here. We're gonna do something really cool with Panda. Hold on one second.